I think for me, honestly, the intention is everything. And I think a lot of people miss that, but intention is everything. My intentions were wrong. When somebody's out to use you and take advantage of you, I think that in your spirit, you know it, right? And I think
Right.
it pours into how you feel, and therefore you address it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what was happening with me. I feel like these young women were like, dude, like I want to have sex. I love having sex, but I just feel like, and maybe there was a disconnect there because maybe it was like, hey, I don't know. I'm just going to use an example. Maybe it was something going on where it was like, hey, I really love this movie. Do you like this movie? Let's go to the bedroom. It might have been that type of shit. It's just a bad vibe. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I feel like they just weren't falling for my shit.
Jay, the most honest answer I can give you, and I'm only speaking for myself and the women that I'm connected to. It's been my experience when a woman is into you, her body will crave you. She will want to be with you, and it will be her desire to want to meet your level of expectation in terms of sexual satisfaction. Our bodies were designed to crave you. When we really want you, when you are what we label as fuckable. Now,
As did you say fuckable?
yes, yes, yes.
Did you
Even
say
if she's
fuckable?
using you, even if she's using you,
No,
there has to be
no, no,
some
no.
level of sexual action that she can be able, in order to be
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I get
perform
that.
to get what she wants out of you. Okay, so
No, I get that
what's the
because
problem?
it's just that I
What,
never
what,
heard
what?
women use that term. It's a term that men use all the time. Hey man, how she look? She's fuckable. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just funny to hear a woman say that.
Okay, you forget this is my side business. So relationships. So I pride myself in doing my due diligence, learning the vernacular and being up to date on my terms and relatable to audiences of all ages. So yeah, it's very relevant right now. Is he or she
Yeah,
fuckable? Whether that is,
absolutely.
I
That's
have a
that's very
short term,
relevant.
not me, but I have a short term goal. This man got some money. This man has something that I want to have access to. I need to get something out of him. But am I attracted to him enough to be able to bust it wide open so I can go ahead and get whatever I need or want out of him? It matters. It matters.
See, and that's my thing because I feel you and I do agree with you when a woman, is into you, she craves you and she wants to give you her body and this, that, and the third and so forth and so on.
They
And
do.
like I'm telling you, like I've had women come to me and say, like, dude, I enjoy what we're doing in the bedroom. I enjoy this aspect of what we're doing. However, right, I feel like that's all we have. And I'm not okay with that because they're looking for a connection on another level. They're looking for more of a, I don't know, maybe these are women that were looking for monogamous relationships or marriage or whatever. But it wasn't a problem to get them in the bed. And a woman can lie, and I tell men this all the time. A woman can lie to you about whether or not she's enjoying sex with you, but her body cannot lie.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Her body can't lie to you. So there are certain things that you should be able to look for. And if it's not coinciding or lining up with what she says out of her mouth, then we have a problem. But because you should be in to know that she's lying to you and that she's full of shit, then you can do what you want with it. You can choose to continue to, sleep with her, or you can choose to move on. But my point is this: there were situations I was in that the body wasn't lying. The fact that you fucking up my sheets every time we do this tells me that you actually enjoy this. However, you're complaining that I feel like that's all you want from me. So that became a bit of an issue. It became a bit of a problem in certain situations.
So my question would be, what were the allowed you to decide to either be an item or see each other as frequently? If sex was the only common denominator, that is a problem. If you aren't exploring other areas of interest outside of the bedroom, when a woman comes to you and says that I feel like the only connection we have is in this bed, we open the door and we're finished, we have nothing. Then I think it is both parties' responsibility at that point to begin to explore, common interests, to explore where can we find common ground. What are the things do that possibly you could either teach me how to enjoy or that I can develop an interest from. See, then the hard work begins, because now that we've both gotten a wet one, now you want something more than we've actually given each other. And in order to do that and go to that next level, you first need to ask yourself, as a woman, is he even interested in seeing me outside of this bedroom? Because if he is, then you can start the journey on building interest outside of the bedroom and then come back to the bedroom and make it even hotter and even more spicier. You know what I'm saying? But if that's all she's thinking that you want,
Yeah.
then neither of you have brought anything else to the table. Nothing.
And that's the whole thing.
Not a
Like,
cup,
in my
not a
opinion,
mm-hmm.
not even a damn napkin.
Not a napkin.
But in my say what?
Not narrow one. You ain't bring nothing but yourself.
Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. But no, so for me, I feel like maybe the issue too was that some people are just, like you said earlier, you may, and people don't understand this, you may be extremely sexually compatible with someone, but that's where it stops. It's unfortunate.
Okay, so I don't want to sound like everybody else that we've ever heard throughout history on TV or radio shows. And when they get to talk, you just automatically tune them out because it's like, okay, don't be talking above my damn head, okay? But I feel, like, and I have to go back to my time period in between marriage 1 and marriage 2. If that was my set of circumstances, and I'm dealing with, let's just say he's my current husband and we're dating, and I say to him, I feel like blah 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 blah. As a woman or as a man, you need to have your own set of interest and hobby, because the moment that I feel like this is all we do, if you can't come up with anything that we can do being the man in the relationship, meaning that you can take the lead, you have permission, you know what I'm saying? It's an understanding that you can take the lead once I communicate this to you, because you're the man in the relationship. If you have nothing to offer in terms of communicating with me some ideas that we can, begin to explore. See, now I'm going to lay all of my hobbies and my interests on the table so you can pick one or two or a few, and we can start doing some of these things together. Okay, so you know what? All we're doing is laying up. Okay, how about this? I love to kayak. I love tubing down the Catawba River. Oh, can we do that? Okay, what you doing next Saturday? Okay, you know what? I love going to the games at the arenas. I don't know a damn thing about sports, but you a man, and I know you do. So that's one thing we could do together. I mean, you got to start the conversation somewhere. That's why it's so important to have your own set of interests and hobbies, because if you think about it, that is something that you're bringing to the table. You can either introduce your mate to what you're interested in, or the two of you are interested in the same thing and can do it together. It always works out. There's no fail there. No fail. Bam,
Yeah,
I just
I
solved
agree.
your problem.
However, if you want to go to the ballet or to see the symphony orchestra, which I have no problem with either of those, I actually enjoy them both, but I'm with Shaquita, And Shaquita's idea of a good time is shaking her ass at Onyx. Okay? No